Dr. Allison Allen. I'm a clinical psychologist at NorthLakes Community Clinic. And I want to follow up today on my last topic. And I left off there talking about sort of the upside and the downside of our sort of fancy and also tricky verbal minds. And I ended by saying, we have this mind, but we're not our mind. And I want to say more today about what I mean by that and give you some tools to start experiencing not being, but simply observing your verbal mind. So here's the thing about our minds. They never shut off. We have, some researchers say, something like 50,000 thoughts every day. And if you take a minute to think honestly about those thoughts, you'll probably notice, as I do, that not all those thoughts are super high quality, right? And that's just normal. Our thoughts kind of are all over the place. So I'm going to give you a nice little exercise for stepping back and noticing. And it's called Taking Your Mind for a Walk. And I'm stealing this straight out of Stephen Hayes' playbook. This is from Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. So thank you, Stephen Hayes. Taking your mind for a walk goes like this. Do go for a walk, or do some other very simple thing. Fold some towels, or just sit in a chair quietly and close your eyes. Do something very simple. And during that time, you want to kind of approach it as if you're going to meet a friend for a walk, and it's a chatty friend, right? And you're just going to let them chat. You've decided ahead of time. You're just going to let them go on, blah, 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 blah. And you're just going to listen. You're not going to change the conversation. You're not going to jump in. You're not going to judge. You're just going to listen. I want you to approach the flow of thoughts in your mind like that. Just watch those thoughts go by. Listen to your friend chat. Listen to it like it's kind of an odd radio station. Whatever makes sense to you. Just sort of tune your ear to listen to your mind. And what you'll probably notice, and this is true for every mindfulness exercise, is that you'll do that for a little while. You'll be observing your mind. And then you'll get sucked in to your thoughts. You'll just be having your thoughts in the way we usually do. Great. When you notice that, go back to observing. Observe for a while. You'll get sucked back in. You'll think like you usually do. Allow that to go back and forth a few times. That is super helpful, because what that's going to do is a couple of things. It's going to give you a chance to notice the difference, for one thing. The difference between noticing your thoughts and being right in them. Most people, when they're observing their thoughts, notice that their stress kind of comes down. They find their thoughts less distressing, and they have a different perspective on them than when they're just kind of lost in their thoughts. And it will give you an experience of what I mean when I say you have a mind, but you're not your mind. Because if you can kind of observe your mind, well, who's doing the observing, right? All of a sudden, you're that person who has a mind that you can watch. And you're beginning to develop this noticing quality. This is mindfulness, this ability to be a noticer of what's happening. And if you give this a try, you'll start to have a feel for this sense of watching your mind and not letting it just pull you around the way our minds sometimes do. Give that a try, maybe a couple times. Come back to my next video, and I'll help you go a little bit deeper as you learn some basic tools for kind of taking the reins back so that you're in charge of your mind instead of your mind too often being in charge of you.